competitively matched fights. We've brought you the highest rated, most watched fight of the year in Thurman versus Garcia. Right here at Barclays Center on CBS is also the most watched primetime boxing match in nearly 20 years. So we're very proud of what we've achieved, but we're not going to rest on our laurels. We will be kicking off next year right here at Barclays with an incredibly strong card. Errol Spence Jr., someone who is sort of grown up on Showtime. We're very proud of that as well. He made his pro debut on ShoBox back following the 2012 Olympics. He won his world title on Showtime, and now he's making his first defense on Showtime. He has knocked out 9 straight opponents as his level of opposition has steadily increased. In fact, over the last 5 fights, his opponents have had a record of 141, 7-3. And of course, 9 straight knockouts, including those 5. He is in the pound for pound on virtually all pound for pound lists in the top 10. So suffice it to say that not a lot of fighters are rushing to fight Errol Spence. But Lamont Peterson not only stepped up to the challenge, but he was so ready to take the fight that he actually relinquished a world title. He relinquished the WBA title to take this fight. That's the kind of fighter Lamont Peterson has always been. He's got one of the strongest resumes in the welterweight division. He's a 2-division champion at 140, 147. And he's fought some of the best fighters in the sport, from Danny Garcia to Amir Khan to Timothy Bradley. We're thrilled that we're kicking off the year in 2018 with this matchup. It's yet another top 10 versus top 10 matchup in the welterweight division, a division that we've been focused on for a couple of years now. We're very excited. We'll see you on January 20th here.
It's not often that I acknowledge a ratings organization, and frankly, I only do business with a couple of them. And one of the reasons why Lindsey Tucker is up here, he's chosen not to say anything, but I'm going to say some stuff for him. Obviously, Errol Spence Jr. is the IBF champion. Lamont Peterson was the IBF 140-pound champion. So both of these fighters have a history with the IBF. And the one thing you can say about the IBF is that the IBF has a set of rules and that they adhere to their own rules. And rules aren't written every day. So it's a pleasure to have the IBF associated with this great fight. And it's always a pleasure to work with you, Lindsey, and Darryl, and everyone at the IBF. So thank you. Now my pleasure to throw over to my friend at the end of the day, who's going to stay where he is and speak from that microphone. This building has a tremendous affinity for boxing as a part of its programming. They've created a franchise with Brooklyn Boxing. That's because they care about the sport and they view the sport as one of their categories that's meaningful to them. And they look for consistency and excellence in the boxing that is held here. And I'm thankful for Brett Yormark and for everyone at the Barclays Center and Brooklyn Boxing for their tremendous enthusiasm for our sport. Thanks, Brett.
Thank you, Lou. First, I need to apologize for the frigid air in the building today. This is hockey week, and if Lou and Steven would give me 44 nights of boxing, we might not have hockey here, so maybe that's something to think about. But anyway, we're coming off an incredible 2017 for Brooklyn Boxing. I mean, it far exceeded my expectations, 50-50 fights. And obviously thanks to Lou and Steven, they helped to make it happen. And as Lou said, we're very committed to boxing, not just now, but in the future. And this fight in January really kicks off what I think will be an incredible 2018 for Brooklyn Boxing. Lamont, I don't know if you know this, buddy, but you were on the first ever PBC card here in 2015, so welcome back. Brooklyn's happy to have you and look forward to seeing you in January. And Errol was here in the spring of 2016. So Errol, obviously we've had you here as a fan quite a few times, but we prefer having you in the ring. So thank you, and we look forward to having you here next month. Barclays Center truly has been known to host 50-50 fights, and this is no different. I mean, this is a world-class event, and we're just thrilled to be able to host it here in Brooklyn. Again, you know, our business, Brooklyn Boxing, has been built on the partnerships that we have with Lou and Steven Espinoza and the PBC. So thank you all for all of your support, and we look forward to seeing you on January 20th here in Brooklyn. Thank you.
Brett, thank you very much. Let me introduce the fighters and the trainers. And you, of course, see you on January 20th. And let me start to my immediate left, to your right. He's the trainer of Errol, Spence Jr. Derek James was also a fighter himself. Nasty super middleweight at one time.
Years ago.
Quickly has established himself as one of the best young trainers in boxing. Personal opinion, should be trainer of the year for what he's done this year. Trains WBC champion Jermell Charlo, turned him into a knockout machine. He's trained Errol Spence since he was a teenager. He's from Dallas, Derek James. And his fighter, he's the champion. He's the IBF welterweight champion of the world. Won the title, as you saw, in grand fashion. Went across the pond to Kell Brook's hometown of Sheffield, England. Stopped him in the 11th round in May. Brought back the title here to the States. He was an Olympian. He's undefeated, 22-0, 19 knockouts. His third time fighting here in Brooklyn. First as champion, many consider him the future of the welterweight division. His moniker certainly fits him. He is the truth, Errol Spence Jr. To his right, the challenger, two-weight division world champion. Won world titles at 140 pounds and at 147 pounds in February of this year. In fact, as you heard Steven say, he gave up the title just so he could take this fight. He's fought some of the biggest names in boxing: Amir Khan, Tim Bradley, Lucas Matisse, Danny Garcia. This will be his third time fighting here in Brooklyn. He is 35-3-1. He's got 17 knockouts. His moniker, Havoc. Lamont Peterson.